Hello and welcome back to the channel.
This is our wrap-up video for Son of the East India Company.
We started this channel in January of 2024 and here we are 18 months later.
We started with 0 subscribers, 0 followers, and 0 plays on all platforms.
And now we'll share with you the numbers we gained over the past 2 months and let you know what's going on with YouTube's algorithm.
Watch our previous wrap-up videos to follow our progress.
I'm Mark.
I'm Justin.
And we're My Loving Tiger.
We started this band 17 years ago. Now we're back
to revisit, re-record, and re-release every song we've ever written.
So come and join us.
First up, we'll take a look at our YouTube totals for the past 2 months.
In May, we posted 230 shorts. And in June, we posted 59 shorts. We kind of just gave up. Well, we'll get into that with the algorithm.
Yes.
Right. And then for long-form videos in May, we posted 9 long-form videos. And in June, we posted 8 long-form videos. For subscribers, in May, we got 81 subscribers. And in June, 7.
Awesome.
Yeah, big change. In May, we got 75,830 views for short form. And in June, we got 12,472 views for short form videos. And then for long form videos in May, we got 859 views. And in June, we got 329 views.
Nice.
Yeah, so again, that change that we're going to be talking about.
Yes. So in March of this year, YouTube changed how they were calculating views versus what they call impressions. Originally, there was a stat called impressions, which was how many times they showed the video to somebody. And then there was views, which was how many times somebody watched the video for a certain amount of time that they don't disclose, like a percentage of the total length of the short video or long video. But then in March, they switched it to views was how many times the video was just presented to someone. And then what they call engaged views is if somebody stopped and watched the video for a certain percentage of the video, like the original views stat. Also, in January of this year, YouTube introduced some AI elements into their algorithm, which seems to have messed up the recommended, the impressions for smaller sort of niche channels like ours. We're getting less recommendations and less impressions.
We've talked to some other small creators we know, and so initially we thought maybe it was just us. Like, what did we do wrong? We were wearing the wrong t-shirt, we got the wrong thumbnail, we went through all the, is the title need to be changed?
Yep, what is going on with our content? Like, is it not engaging people anymore? Like, are people just sick of the channel?
What? With deep soul searching?
Right, exactly.
But then we reached out to some other people we know, and they all said that they were experiencing the same dip.
Yep.
So we did some math. We crunched our numbers to figure out where is this impacting us. So one thing we looked at was how many views per short are we typically getting to see if there was a change in, you know, like maybe we're just getting more quality, because I think that's kind of YouTube's thing is like, oh, we're giving you more quality, like you're getting more views per short. Our numbers did not show
support that.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
So looking at from March, April, May, June, like going down through...
Since the change.
1
month before the change and the change.
Right, and the change. If we look at the views per short, it went from 774 views per short down to 211 views per short.
Yeah.
So cliffed.
Yeah, way off.
So those numbers were for shorts. And so we also wanted to look at what happened to our long views because we felt the same cliff in our long views.
Worse.
And so we crunched those same numbers. And so looking at that fall off, it went from 120 views per...
Video.
Yeah, video. Thank you. Views per video down to 55. So still trying to figure out what the story, what the data is, and trying to figure out what happened. We looked at what YouTube calls for shorts, views, but then they call the same stat impressions for long form. So it's
just how many times the video has been presented to somebody.
Right.
In March, the change happened on March 31st. So in March, they showed our total shorts to 81,876,000 people and 79,829 people viewed them. Because there was only one day where they changed how they calculate views. So if you look at March, that means of the total impressions, 97.5% of the people watched something. So then you go to the first month of the change, and they showed our shorts to 267,423 people. Of that, 106,069 people watched that YouTube counted as a view. So the number went from 97% of the people were watching the video to 39% of the people presented the video watched. And then in May, that number dropped to 35%. And then in June, that number dropped to 30%. So what we're showing there is regardless of how many shorts you post, you can post 500 shorts, you can post 50 shorts. Right. That number is just going down and down and down and down. The algorithm and the AI or whatever is sticking strictly to their percentage. What they're saying is YouTube's goal, right, and behind the scenes, the AI, the algorithm, whatever, is that 30% of the people they show the video to watch it, and then they turn the faucet off. Yeah. And the idea behind that was YouTube is somewhat copying TikTok and Instagram because they can sell impressions.
Sure.
TikTok and Instagram, you can be like, I need you to show this to 50,000 people, and you just pay. You can pay money and they just show it to 50,000 people. But you couldn't do that with YouTube with their previous metrics because of the way they had impressions versus views. You could say, oh, this was presented to 30,000 people, but then you can't guarantee a view. Because as you can see from this, in March, even if you go back into February, that number is like 80, 90%. And so now YouTube can say, we can guarantee 30% of those people will watch your video and you will get a view, because they will not turn the faucet off until you hit that percent.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying now. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Right. And the reason YouTube did that is because now they can sell you metrics. That's my tinfoil hat conspiracy. And many other people that are on YouTube and in the Reddit for YouTube.
The red tin hat threads.
Yeah, exactly. And this goes back to what we said in the beginning of the video. This hurts the small content creator because we don't get 500,000 views on a video. Whereas us, where we're like, oh, we got a good video. It got 2,500 views. Like, that's a great video. Well, now that's 1,000 views. Right. And that number just gets smaller and smaller.
Well, we'll see that in the later graph.
Right, exactly. And so I think that is why a lot of us content creators on YouTube are saying, like, this is really hurting the small channel, the niche channel, because our percentages are much smaller. And I know that, like, people say, like, make better content, like maybe your content's not engaging to a viewer or whatever, but there are billions of people on YouTube. And I don't care what you say, like everyone has something that they want to watch on YouTube. There are videos where like people just clean their house and fast forward for an hour. And those have millions.
Pick locks.
Right. Smash things.
Right.
So as a small creator, you are completely controlled by YouTube showing your content to someone, putting it in the recommended, putting it in the suggested at the end of the video. That's almost 100% of where our views come from. And when you say, well, now you're a 20% channel and they only show it to 1,000 people and then you only get that 200 views and then you're just stuck because they don't ever put you in that recommended column, the suggested, the homepage, anything. And then you lose what you need to make your channel grow. I mean, once you hit a certain size, it's hard for YouTube to ignore you. And your subscribers, you have so many more subscribers that come back, you know, like we have 1,000 subscribers. It's not like we have 50,000 subscribers.
Right. And so we were looking at our longs, feeling like something was different. And so we looked at the actual metrics to try to figure out what is behind this. Is this just a feeling we have, or is there actually numerical evidence of this change? And so then we started to ask this question of, okay, how many, roughly average, how many impressions per video are we getting? And per month. And so we went back a couple months to see like, what is this rate of change? But looking at January, we had roughly 8,128 impressions per video. And then now we're getting 962 impressions per video. So you can see it went from almost 9,000.
We went a 90% drop.
Right. 10 factor, 10x drop. Yeah. I think that you can see it in the graph.
This is exactly supporting what I'm saying.
Right.
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
You know, now for short form content, we're a 30% channel.
Right.
And now for long form content, we're a 10% channel.
Right.
We're at the mercy of YouTube because these impressions are how people see our content. We don't have 1 million followers on Instagram. We don't have 1 million followers on TikTok. We don't get a lot of traffic from TikTok or Instagram. And so
we're also not a search channel.
We're not a how-to channel or anything like that where we're very search-based. We're not a pop culture channel. We're a vlog/music channel with our own original content, not a react channel, anything like that. We're at the mercy of YouTube showing us on the recommended, on the suggested, on the up next, everything like that. That is where we get our views. and they have decided that they will no longer show our videos at a rate that they previously did before they made this change and introduced that AI into the algorithm. So anyway, this video is usually about the wrap up for the song we released over the last 2 months.
What we're talking about? Let me get my
and
hat
so far
off.
we haven't said one thing about the song. So
Right.
here we will take a look at the numbers for how well the song performed on YouTube.
The main video for the song got 44 views.
Yep.
And the lyric video got 16 views. The visualizer video, which has like the waving flag,
Yep.
that got 6 views. The instrumental version got 10 views. So then the total of all the views for this song,
Yep.
get your drum roll,
Yep.
76 views.
Worst song ever.
Yeah, really brutal. Under 100.
Under triple digits.
Yeah.
And the visualizer video got 6 views and was only shown to like 113 people.
Right. Rough.
So like these videos aren't even being presented to people.
That's not normal. Normally there's
No.
thousands of impressions per video.
The song before this, A Perspective on First World Ideals, did very poorly, and we're like, oh my God, this is the worst performing one yet. And here we are on the next song, and it's gone down even more because like you saw in those percentages, we're slowly getting down to these lower and lower percentages of YouTube presenting our content to people. And as a result, each song keeps doing worse.
And I was saying, like, if this gets to the point where single digits are on all the, you know what I mean? Like, then it's
Right.
kind of like, not that we would stop making music, but it would be like, maybe look somewhere else for an outlet. What I was going to say is you could literally take a boombox and go down to a coffee shop and put your CD in the boombox and hit play, and more people would hear your song. Or you could, like, get on a bus and, like, be that annoying person,
Yeah, that's
like,
blasting music on their phone. I was saying this to you is what you do is go to the coffee shop with a mini projector in your laptop, put up a little white
yeah.
projection screen, and then just play your YouTube video in a coffee shop, and more people would engage with it.
Right, right.
And then you could sit there physically and be like, hey, you want to subscribe? Get your phone out.
Take out a piece of paper and be like,
Yeah.
sign up here.
Well, no, like get your phone out, subscribe. Oh, you like this video? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And more people than what they're showing it to the billions
Right.
on YouTube would see it. So that wraps it up for YouTube. I think we've talked enough about the algorithm and how sad we are about its change.
Yep.
Thank you to everyone that watched a video, left a comment, gave a like, subscribed to the channel. We really appreciate it, especially now that we are being shown to so many less people. Everyone that watches a video, everyone that comments, everyone that subscribes means so much to us
So much more.
and so much more. Yeah. So we really appreciate it. And hopefully you keep coming back and we see you every month. So next week we release our next song
Scenic Perestroika, Fanfare for the Appartchik.
from our current EP on Empires.
So come and join us.